Alright, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm gonna make this short, and I'll be back with you at some point tomorrow. It's kind of late. I want to go over a video I saw today. I think it was called something under Beck Paranormal. Somebody had sent it to me, and I started watching it, and it wasn't until I got to this part that I noticed this little description. And at first I thought this video was kind of weird because it was all over the place. Now, I don't know too much about Paranormal Activity. I've tried watching those movies before, and they're kind of boring. But besides a headache, trying to listen to what was going on in the background, it was very confusing. And as I was eating lunch, I see this. Now, let me tell you, yes, my name is Stacy. And the other day, when I made the Girls from Rosemont video, Melissa Rhodes and Gina Kidd got pretty pissed off. So we're going to go ahead and debunk this theory, because not only did they try to call me out in this video, which I live nowhere near Chicago, and I was at work for 14 hours that day. The question is why was Gina and Melissa in that hotel during this entire time, and still Gina out front protesting with Teresa Martin? I'm not saying anything towards Teresa Martin. What I'm saying is, why is Gina Kidd out front protesting this entire time with never answering any of my questions in any of these chat rooms as to why she's been seen inside this hotel? So this was a nice little funny lunchtime right here when I saw this. And let me tell you one thing. I'm 39, and my entire life, every single soccer coach, school teacher, DMV, anything that my name was on, they never spelled it right. So nice try. So we're going to go ahead and move on. If you guys want to watch this video, you do find truth in lies, and there's a couple good points in there. I'll hit you up later with that. There was a Timothy or Tim in this video with a child that was mentioned. I did look up a name that came up from Savannah, Georgia, under Timothy Lewis, who was arrested for prostituting children under the age of 13. That happened, I believe, April 2016, but I have like a whole video on that and then some, so we're not going to deal with that right now. I'm just going to show you all these posts and threats from Melissa Rhodes, which basically, not only is this a sloppy crime, and I'm not saying at all that they killed Kenneka, but what I'm saying is they've never answered the questions of why we can see them in this hotel during this entire time, walking the halls and doing all kinds of weird shit, yet they've never answered anybody's questions. They're just pointing fingers. So I'm going to move on. Somebody sent me this, and I'm going to go ahead because it's kind of small, so I'm going to read it to you. This was posted on October 3rd from Kenneka Jenkins case discussion. This from Beverly something Jonas. She's telling lies, sex trafficking family, and now works for the government too. Monifa killed her. She led her into the hallway and told her that they were going to the freezer to record a live video from the freezer as a prank. Monifa left her in the hallway alone. She ran to the freezer ahead of her. Kenneka was it's hard to see because I'm looking through my phone. She ran to the freezer ahead of her. Kanika was looking for her friend, and she spotted her when she came out of the elevator. That's when she was smiling after she walked out. Monifa might not have been alone. The drugs that were given to her were set to make her pass out cold, and by the time she got to the kitchen, she was not there yet. She may have sat down on the floor in the kitchen. Monifa waited. When Kanika finally passed out, she dragged her into the freezer. This was a sacrifice. That's why there's a picture of Monifa at the funeral with a smile. Hang on, I'm trying to get rid of this little box. That's why there's a picture of Monifa at the funeral with a smile on her face as she holds two funeral programs. The one in her right hand is upright, and the other's in her left. It's turned upside down. Let me get to where... Occultists do stuff like this to symbolize the quote, as above, so below. People believe that these sacrifices are only reserved for the elite, but there are people on welfare who believe in and worship the devil too, including Kanika. Look at her photos and videos. You will see her hailing Satan dozens of times. Jay-Z, Beyonce, and many others have glamorized this lifestyle. They have programmed us to accept this is normal, and poor people are most vulnerable. Hang on a minute. Now, Kanika's family will receive an outpouring of condolences and donations for months on end as they continue to benefit from an inner circle of people who look out for each other. It's a network. This is being publicized in order to... Hold on. Okay. This is being... Where the hell am I? This story is being publicized in order to glamorize this and appeal to people from a similar background. It's more common than you think. They will sell out their own mother for a house in the burbs. I know this for a fact because I am a candidate for this form of sacrifice in my family, and my family members are also involved in an underground child-to-adult sex trafficking ring where young trying to find my spot. Hang on. I'll start here. They will sell out their own mother for a house in the burbs. I know this for a fact because I am a candidate for this form of sacrifice in my family, and my family members are also involved in an underground child-to-adult sex trafficking ring where young girls are trained to have sex to help pay bills. It's Illuminati meets Hood, and if you don't believe me, or if you think I'm crazy, don't comment here. Email me at... And then she gives you the email address, and I will prove it to you. Now, I'm still waiting on confirmation to whether or not Beverly is real. Moving on to my next point. I'm not saying that Beverly is not real, but we'll find that out soon. I have somebody looking into that. But not only are we questioning why Melissa and Gina are in this hotel during this entire time period, for not knowing shit about Kanika and not being friends with her and this and that, she sure knows a hell of a lot. Whether or not she's just reading an email from this or whatever the case may be. But we're going to move on. Because she left a couple rude comments. I only wrote down the two that were important on my Facebook. Or not on my Facebook, on my video. I think you're a disgusting piece of trash using my messages I sent you with great information that I got from researching myself, not using others' information such as yourself. First of all, in the beginning, which she's talking about this video up here of the emails I have from Gina Kidd and Melissa Rhodes, she's right. At first, Melissa was helping me try to solve this case. She's very intelligent when it comes to knowing the ropes around Chicago. Until she told me to contact her best friend, Gina Kidd. And that's when I noticed things were completely different and suspect by some of the things that Gina was telling me. And if you watch this video, you'll understand why. Moving on. Basically, she's just slandering me, telling me to put down my crack pipe, do your research. Then, she says, I'm coming for you. Know that. You had no permission to use my personal information or pictures, which, first of all, they're my emails. You slandered my character when all I've been doing is fighting for justice, you nasty piece of work. You will be stopped. Sincerely, Melissa Rhodes. Come out from hiding and actually talk to me, you scary bitch. First of all, I haven't said one cuss word or vulgar statement towards her like this message. So let's ask you this, Melissa. Who's trying to be the scary bitch? Because it's not me. But we're going to move on, and then we're going to show everybody how you just fucked up. Now I want you to pay attention to this message. And right away, if you've been following this case, you are 100% going to catch what I caught. What a bunch of crap. I am Melissa's mother. I find it very offensive. Melissa is always defending sticking up for people, trying to help people when she started investigating. I told her to give it up. I actually got tired of hearing about it. But she would not give up something that has to fight for Tanasia. Now, where the hell did Tanasia Walker come from? I thought we were fighting for justice for Kanika. So, big mistake there. Why is she at the hotel fighting for Tanasia? That's a big question mark in my book. Which led me to believe that, hasn't Tanasia Walker been in trouble for prostituting throughout that hotel before? So is that how you're connected, Melissa? You and Gina? In the prostitution part of the hotel? Do you, like, sit in the lobby and just pick people out? Or do you know what's going on this entire time? I mean, that's a big question that we can ask you now, aside from why you were in the hotel to begin with. Then it states, this radical person is trying to blame her and posting her all over YouTube. People do not try to help. This could happen to you. I can tell you Melissa was nowhere near the Rosemont. She has children she raises. She probably hasn't been to Chicago for 2 years when her husband's mother died. Now, my next point is Melissa lives in Pekin, Illinois. I don't know about you, but isn't that in Chicago? Yeah, that's another thing that we should ask you. And don't worry, I have somebody working on that too. So, I don't see Kenneth Tart or George or any of the other suspects that people have named throughout this entire case causing as much chaos as Melissa and Gina are in these chat rooms. I mean, do you not understand how that makes you look even more guilty? I'm not even saying that you are guilty, but for your mom, if this is really your mom, or if that's really Beverly, to state you're just trying to stick up for Tanasia, there's our connection, people, to one part of the motive. They know Tanasia Walker. So why can we place all three of them now in that hotel during this time period? I'm just going to make sure that I didn't miss anything. And I'm going to let everybody go enjoy their Thanksgiving dinner, which is the holiday for giving. And I want to wish Mrs. Martin and her family a good Thanksgiving during this time. And real quick, now that this picture pulled up, I also was told even though I'm waiting on confirmation from this Beverly lady, that black and purple masks and bandanas were found. Now, I'm not sure if they were found in a different hotel or in the parking lot or at the crime scene, but look who has on a purple mask the day after I posted the Just Girls at Rosemont video. I find that kind of odd too. Why are you covering your face, Gina, with a purple mask? Because like Kate20 and like Yvette said, Kanika's favorite color wasn't purple, and I have an email from you when I asked you to ask Mrs. Martin why they wore purple at the funeral, and you got shitty with me and said it's 'cause it's Kanika's favorite color. That's it. So Kanika's not here, so I can't ask her if that's her favorite color, but it sure as hell looks like it's all you guys' favorite color. So that's another topic that we're going to come back to later. And as long as I don't have any other pictures here, I do. Look at that. Just to show you guys again, okay? This is Gina outside protesting with the news. This was her profile pic. I don't know if it still is because I'm blocked. And this is the girl in the hallway. Now, and that is Melissa. Now, if you look at her glasses, now I know it's kind of hard to see. You can say, oh, it's blurry. Don't worry, I have a better one. Look at those glasses. And you tell me that that's not the same glasses. Or the same hair color, including where her roots are darker. Or maybe pink's her favorite color because she has it on in both pictures, but I'm not the FBI, but I can guarantee you they can do a facial comparison with the equipment they have, and they're going to be able to tell us if that's you. So, moving on real quick, because I did find something else, okay? Anybody that was involved in this case that passed away, regardless of how they passed away, says remembering above their name. Well, I went to the death database, and there is no death for this guy, and there is no death for Gina Lopez, and it doesn't say remembering on top of her name. And we're going to get to that later. Rest in peace. I'm not saying that she's not dead, but there's definitely something weird going on. And it's taking probably a good 10 to 15 of us, along with everybody else who's catching up on this case, to try to figure that out. And I promise you, we're going to get to the end of this, because I heard that Crime Stoppers is going to be taking this case over. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm going to try to find out on Monday. That's just kind of like a bigger picture. So, one more thing. The shoulders. I want you to see how broad her shoulders are. Because if you go back to this, look how broad the shoulders are. And like I said, the FBI is going to be able to put your faces, new tattoo or not, on your arm, Gina, into the facial match thing that they have, and they're going to be able to see if that's you.